free and fair conduct of elections. Not because in principle it's not a good idea. It is a good idea. But you do not need this kind of a baseline kind of testing across certain frontiers. You need a by-election to test it through. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, when one of the governorship elections will come up. But for a critical national election involving 60, 68 million people, and they have a situation where I have my permanent voters card, I have mine here, and I labored and struggled to get it, and the card doesn't capture my own, and that opposed possibly 40, 50 people in a line. There will not be election in that line, in that particular unit, because it is my right to vote. So that margin of error is intolerable. 70% is not enough. 99.9%, and because you may not attain it, you discard it for now. Make sure that everybody who should get a PVC should get a PVC.
All right, well, first they said that the latest figure released about the distribution of the PVCs is well over 80%.
Very encouraging. I support that, I like that, and they're making incremental effort.
Then secondly, they also did say today that having done the field tests of the card readers, they, that's the commission, are satisfied with the results that they've seen.
It is not satisfied with the result. You have to tell us the kind of result that was seen, empirically derived, not opinion, not a sentiment. Let us take the issues one by one. If it takes longer time, 3, 4 more hours additional for you to capture all the voters who are coming to vote, you're eating 3, 4 hours into the voting process. And if you now extend the voting beyond the time when there's no light and all manners of things can happen there, you are going to do what creates a situation you may never even control. That is one. Therefore, the time allotted for the accreditation of voters must be stringently and religiously maintained. But the PVCs across the country, without any exception, have shown that you need additional 3, 4, or 5 hours to capture all the people on the line there. And given the kind of sentiment in the country and the mood of the nation, you do not require that kind of time lapse.
Okay, well,
that's number one. Number two.
All right, go ahead.
If the card readers capture 80% of the PVCs, how about the remaining 20% who are physically present at the polling units?
All right, their response to that, if I could jump in, what they said is they've had several briefings with political parties, including yours, about if they're not able to sort voting out that day, because he says, by the way, the card reader batteries will last several hours on that day. If we're not able to complete it on that day, we will continue the next day. Didn't they tell your party this?
You have a lot of logistic challenges in that regard, and maybe you can even trace it back, even though this may be tangential to the discourse. 23rd November last year, and if I'm wrong, clarify with INEC people. For the first time since 1999, 2 critical national committees were collapsed into one: elections, operations, and logistics, and handed over to one national commissioner to oversee. From 98, when I was National Secretary of Alliance for Democracy, to this particular period, it has been handled by 2 separate national commissioners. Possibly the bundling of these 2 critical responsibilities, the management of the election itself, procurement of softwares and hardware, may have complicated this situation. You can't just come and say that you are satisfied with the level of performance of the card readers. We must know the level of that performance. If you score a 70%, it's an A. If you score a 99 plus, it is an AA plus. We need an AA plus in this particular exercise. Because if even one voter is not going to capture that, he said the following day can continue. In how many locations? How many thousands of polling units across the country? How about administrative and logistic and operational infrastructure? Elections are defined by 2 critical situations: the internal environment and the standard environment. The standard environment is you and I and other parties and international observers and local observers discussing these issues. The internal environment is the preparedness of INEC to tackle these challenges.
All right, Udenta.
But forget the card reader for now. We may not fully prepare for it.
Thank you very much, Udenta. Udenta is the Deputy Director of Media of the PDP's Presidential Campaign Organization. He joined us from our studios in Abuja. We've got another perspective on this matter, which we will take in just a moment. Join us again. Welcome back. Well, let's go over to our correspondent Idris, who joins us from Kano. Well, Idris, a lot of commentary coming from different states about the collection or otherwise of the permanent voter cards, the PVC. What's happening where you are about that?
Well, Chamberlain, generally, you know, the concern of most people is on the distribution of the permanent voters card and the progress made so far.
Okay, so what's the feedback on that? Go ahead.
Well, you know, in Kano, it's actually quite remarkable because millions of people have actually collected their permanent voters card. However, there are many lapses to cover because the INEC here in Kano says it is still expecting thousands of PVC from the national headquarters in Abuja And perhaps I also spoke with the INEC Public Relations Officer, who told me that those permanent voters' cards will be in Kano within the week, and that whoever registered with the commission will surely get his card within the week. Now, jumbling on the security situation, recently we have seen a lot of development because the police made various arrests of political thugs in the last few days. However, I spoke with the police public relations officer this afternoon, who told me that the police is still doing all it could to ensure a violence-free election. And that's why by tomorrow, it is expected that the police commissioner will be meeting with political parties, gubernatorial candidates for the House of Representatives, and all other relevant stakeholders to review peace strategy and to also sign a new peace accord on violence-free elections. However, away from that, most of the people in Kano are particularly concerned about achieving free and fair elections, which they see is the only way to avoid electoral violence.
All right, thank you, Idris. Thank you very much indeed for that report. Idris coming to us from Kano. Well, let's get back to Abuja, where Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed joins us now. He's a member of the APC. Good evening, and thank you for joining us again today. Well, having spoken with Udenta of the PDP, still of the opinion that the commission is not ready, but you have been in INEC, as a matter of fact, and when he talks about the commission publishing their findings in terms of the card readers review, he thinks that the commission shouldn't just tell us that they are satisfied. They should tell us the level of performance empirically, not opinion. What do you think of that?
I think I asked who was in INEC. I don't know if he was in INEC. Who was there? What was the performance of the commission? INEC is ready. Nigeria, they are ready. Impeach members are ready. The only group that is not, the only participant that is not, is the PDP leadership. And they will be ready. Whatever INEC achieves, PDP will find in this. I just think the nation should move beyond PDP's complaints. Nigerians are still collecting PVCs. They haven't stopped distributing them. And even if you solve the problem of the PVC, they will look for something else. So it's a good thing the nation is watching this. Now we know who is not ready.